check 1 2. Mic 1 check. Check.
Right then, welcome back to the FIRMCAST episode 3. I'm Tom Caldwell, and we have Matty, Chug, Stav, and Shep on the end, and we got the boys behind the cameras over there, making some strange noises.
Kurt was too scared of the mic. Kurt, what noise was that, lad?
Kurt is sat down here, but he doesn't want to be on camera because he's a bit like a criminal around these parts. So, episode 3, as you can see, we got the merch samples on. They will be available soon once we get our act together. But we're going to go straight in with a story that is quite famous round these parts, but hasn't been told that well yet. It's the story of Jurassic Park. Now, Jurassic Park is it's quite a tale. So I'm going to let the boys who are involved.
Robbo, stop playing reels in the corner, mate. You're ruining it. Yeah, so
it's beneath like the pool.
It's called the Cavern, and I'll let Matty tell a lot of the story. But I've got PTSD, and I was very drunk. I must say, I was very drunk, and I don't drink a lot.
So we were just down there having a good time. You know, everyone had a few too many. Me and Jono were on the dance floor, just dancing with loads of randoms. Started dancing with these two girls, one of which had a massive forehead.
Big forehead.
I thought it was pretty funny at the time, so I was just dancing away, and then I was like, nah, swerve this. So I was like, hey, have you met my brother? And she's like, oh, who's your brother? I was like, Chug over there.
Do you have resemblances, like?
We are brothers. One of us.
No,
faces. Go on.
So anyway, I pushed this girl, JP, aka Jurassic Park, aka she had the Jurassic Park t-shirt on, at Chug. Told her she was my brother. Next thing, me and Jono were just dancing. Turn round, Chug sat at the table with her having a little heart-to-heart. So we were like, oh, look at Chug over there, he's in love. And a couple of minutes after, Chug just comes up to us, he's like, oh, just going outside a minute. We're like, oh yeah, all right, sound, whatever. Last we seen of him. Didn't see him till the next morning. And what happened, Chug?
So
you might have to be a bit.
I'm going to be very PG with this, but I can't say the words.
You could be suggestive.
I can be suggestive. It's fossil.
Fossil?
But things happened, and I was no, get rid of them now.
Hey,
we got some commotion in the corner here. Come on, Kurt. Come on, Kurt.
He's got the photos. No, hey, we can't put her on blast like that. Not good
she needs to be named and shamed.
It was not good on my behalf, but I had far too many drinks. And these I've learned in Morzine, I got a bit carried away. So, Kurt, if I make the stories come out with you, son. Yeah, you went quiet then. So I went outside.
Could be your engagement over.
I went outside of our Jurassic Park Big JP. Oh God! And one thing led to another, and I took a little visit to the skate park, and keeping it PG. Something happened in a skate park, but I don't want to talk about it because it's quite. It's a few alley-oop, a few flips, it was a bad
couple
story.
Of rocks of fakies.
Couple of rocks of fakies, and I got rocked, and then I was walking home with said JP, and she pops into some porchway. Didn't even know who the porchway was, but obviously it is, and jumps on this electric scooter and just gets off. What? Just gone. No, it was basically I got PTSD. I don't know if I'm allowed to say them words.
I'm going to beat that.
Okay, cool. Basically,
I'm going to beat that.
But I was not in control of my own body that day, and there was 3 places in Morzine that you don't want to touch nowadays. And yeah,
I bet yours closed in the dark because you took that monster.
I don't think I'll ever see the girl again, but I do go to Morzine a lot, so hopefully I don't.
The funniest thing about it was that Chug got himself another girlfriend the night after.
We're not going to mention any names.
Chug's got game.
And while we were searching for Chug and his new girlfriend on his little date the night after, all the boys went round Morsey hunting Chug down. And whilst hunting him down, about 4 tables over in the next bar was JP and her husband. electric scooter propped against the curb. What we were just, we were speechless.
Yeah, it was quite speechless. And about 8 heads of the boys did come and hunt me down, and I was with another lady friend. But yeah, and they'd spotted her, and that was a horrific time of my life. That one night before that's not memories. And I think I rocked up. I think I just stayed out after that night. And
didn't your other lady friend also have a husband?
Oh God, we're in the weeds now.
We're not playing too deep with that one.
Like
I must clarify that I have a lovely girlfriend
Homewrecker,
which was met Morsey, and she is lovely. So
that was the year after.
That was the year after,
So
but I had a part.
Girlfriend.
Kira, innit?
Kira, yeah.
Kira's sound as this all happened way before but Chug just got to some.
I got up to some madness.
2013 Morsey for Chug was just a party.
2013, 2023. 2020,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
2023. 2013.
It's been a long week, right?
Yeah, so it was quite the home wrecker that week.
After every dark night, there's a brighter day, Chug.
There is I liked this. Is a fucking awful.
I think one of my favourite things for Morsey in that year was that after that night, Chug must have stayed with his new lady friend, and we'd all been out that night and had a few drinks. Like, wake up the next morning, there was no bacon in the house. So remember, we took Chug's car off the drive.
Oh, yeah.
Me, Jono, and Will. Yeah, we just robbed Chug's car because he wasn't there. And as we were driving back from the Carrefour, we were like, "Is that Chug?" Chug was just walking up the middle of the road.
Still bladdered.
Yeah, we just did a flyby on him.
No boxies on.
No boxes. No. I was. It was probably like 9 a.m. Carrefour must have been open since 8 because these boys went and got a scran, and he bought some plastic swords, which was actually hilarious. And I was walking home, still wobbling home. And I must say, I didn't even go to sleep. I just got back on my bike and went riding. And I had beep, 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 and I had just been cheering these roadies on. I thought, they haven't got horns on the bike. And I was like, go on. I was shouting LA or something at them. I don't even like road biking. And I turned around, and there's a smoky fogey coming at me at full pelt, and I thought, that's not my car. And then there was 2 seats. I always take the seats out the back of my cars to fit more bikes in. And there was only 2 seats in it, and there was about 8 heads. I think the whole of the household was inside of the smoky fogey. The poor thing struggling up the hill. Matty made it go into limp mode about 3 times because it was a bag of poop. But yeah, I was robbed, and then proceeded to get in the back of my robbed car for a lift home because it was a big walk up the hill.
That must look like the scene on Jumanji where all them apes robbed the busy car.
Yeah, so Chug's had an eventful time in Morsey. Jurassic Park, probably, I would say the highlight, but it's definitely not the highlight.
Chug put fucking the frame on the map.
Remember the lettuce on the light fitting with the sunglasses on?
It's like Bangkok Shameless.
Scatter! What's his...
We had sword fights. There was a lettuce with some sunglasses on.
Yeah, that was
Little fur mascot.
There's plenty.
I must say, Morsey in 2024 was a time of life. I nearly died, but I didn't die. But
25's the one.
25. If I can get back out for the season, 25's the one with the boys.
As a non-Morsey adventurer, yeah, what are the trails like?
Like literally across Morsey and surrounding hills, you could do a different trail every run of every day, and you wouldn't hit them all.
Sheppo's going to be frothing, like,
can
big
like,
time.
Putting into context, Sheppo's only ever rode like Duffy or Frodger so
hey,
his head's about to be blown off.
Sheppo it.
I'm all found on the snow.
Yeah, Morsey, bro, you can hit plenty steeps, which is what most people spend their seasons doing. Jono or partying.
Sheppo, your head's gonna fall off when you get to the top of Super M for the first time and look over the back of the hill there.
I'm just gonna go. Ow, we.
How long were the runs?
So like it depends. You've got some long runs. Like if you're in the steeps, you can have like a 5-minute trail in it. Like and there's some like steep. Like you'll shit your cats. Like on some of them.
If it's like dusty hard pack, like
it's on you.
You'll have to stop halfway down a run to like let your hands get themselves back together.
Talk about McCready and the steeps on Super M side. So what was it like day 2? A wet.
No, it was first day.
It was first day. He was on my old commensal.
We did half a run, and I was like, not about this on an enduro bike. This is wank.
When on you like that?
Went on Marketplace, found the downhill bike, just went and bought it. Give Chug a backy down the hill.
No, it was on the bars, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it had like soft.
The bike while you were over there?
Halfway down the first run of the
dedication.
McCready said to me, he was like, we got halfway down, we got to the, do you know where the mulch is on Super M? And he was like, if you flipped it, it was like first run, first day of the holiday, and he was like, if you flip this now, I'm going to go and buy the downhill bike. So,
sign me up.
I didn't crash, did I?
Yeah, you flipped the mulch.
I flipped it.
First run.
Yeah, first run. And then literally, I think we got to the bottom of that run, found one on like the lift up, done another run, and rode up to this fella's house who was a snowboarder. Dead sound, the other dreads. I think he was pretty cool. He was painting his fence or something. Bought this nuke proof, clapped out, and like.
I wasn't clapped out. We just put my like.
No, you made it sparkly.
My RSCs on it and just sent it for.
It was.
Skull?
No, it was. Was it skull? It was some nuke proof of some
Pulse.
sort. Yeah, Pulse RIP nuke proof. Matty gave me a bars down the big hill that we were staying on. I was on the handlebars going down there with like 5 PSI.
Bearing in mind, like, this bike had obviously been in this guy's garage for like 2.5 years and been rode. So like we just jumped on it all excited, chug on the bars. The brakes barely worked. Like, do you know that right under at the bottom where the hotel is? Yeah. We were like, we might hit the wall. It
was like wobbling. Matty was braking. I was on the bars. And it was going.
Rockshop boxes are shite.
Yeah. Get on Marzocchi's suspension.
Brand spanking new boxes out the box like before Morzine. First day riding, the like rebound damper just come off.
Oh, sound.
Did it, yeah? Nothing to do with me.
I remember me and you in the shed with the chainsaw oil.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Back in the day. Oh, what bike did I have? Da Vinci Wilson.
Yeah.
And it had like a set of domains on it. I was like, these are poo. And I had a set of blown up boxes, like World Cup boxes. So me and Robbo took the stanchions out of the boxes, put them onto the domain lowers because they were fresh.
Nice.
But obviously, didn't know then like you're supposed to put like proper fluid in for.
Yeah, proper weight fluid. Yeah.
My dad had a tub of chainsaw oil.
Still good.
Yeah. So
Better.
whack some of that in, pump them on, and they were sound.
There you go.
You break
Finn, innit? I tell you, I was speaking about brakes, sorry Chuck, I do remember one time, probably worth telling this tale. Stinny Og, double black is it? Is it double black one?
Yeah,
that double black?
Or it's Black Diamonds or something.
Shout out, yeah, Black Diamond, shout out J-Tam. We were on there and I'd done me rear, I popped me rear hose on my brake at the top. Just sent it down with just the front brake. That was proper Niles Barkley, like heavy. Just on the front brake. On a, I think it's TR450, I think, look, it was heavy. Just on the front brake. I thought, fuck that, I'm not waiting for the tranny van and all that. I just sent it down with just the front brake. You know them steep sections where it's like, oh.
I know what you mean.
Heavy. And it was wet, it was heavy.
Remember,
that was a sick one.
Speaking about you and J-Tam, pass this mic. Shout out J-Tam, sick landing mechanic. Big up the guy. I remember Revs. There's
no one's entered Revs like we
no one's entered Revs, so Stav and was it just you and Jay?
Me, Stav.
Yeah,
Stav, Jay was jockeying, and Alex Tam, Jay's cousin.
Both 6-enders, remember the Diamondback? Jay, was it Jay or
yeah? That was the Mongoose.
The Mongoose, it was.
Legend.
That was a sick bike in blue.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they proceed to turn up to Revs. Sat in the car park and they turn up and the van's looking like a tree's landed on it.
Pretty much.
And everyone's...
I was holding the wing out the passenger side with it back, and it was bent back on itself and it was rubbing on the wheel.
Tell them about what you done on the way to Revs there, Stav.
What we done was I forget the Avo, but basically probably about a mile off Revs. Bear in mind, we're only like 17 here, just passed our test. I don't think I'd passed my test, Jay's a bit older than me, so Jay was jockeying. You know, he was a keen petty head. So we were probably sending it a bit too quick for an hour dispatch, do you know what I mean? Bike's in the back, and we've come over a left crest. Like, and the crest was quite high, you know what I mean? So we've come over the crest and we've lost the back in the van. 4 hours there into a floodwater. And as we hit the flood, no shit, as we hit the flood, there's been like a folky, similar shape to your folky. The woman in the folky's like that, look. It goes like slow motion when you're in a class. It's all go slow down, doesn't it? So we've come through the water side on the van. Jay probably like to avoid there, went back that way, hit the bank, rolled on its side through like concrete, we hit a concrete post, like a farmer's concrete post with the iron rods in it. Hit that head on, that's flipped us onto the side. We've like pivoted through the edge on the roof, come back, landed back in the floodwater. This woman's just there like that, just looking dead, thinking, shit, are you alright? First thing we done was check the bikes, obviously. Just no shit. And I never forget it, Jay had a brand new iPhone at the time, yeah, and it went out the little small triangle glass now in the front, smashed that, and ended up in the water. So we're fucking searching this water for this phone, this woman's still there, like, give her a juice, she was sound, a local. Do you want to come to ours and all that? We're like, no, we're going to Revs, love, how far is it? It's only down the road. No water in the dispatch, probably lost all the oil, it was mangled, the van was mangled, but we just got it to go, and just got it to Revs, and it just died at Revs. And we beat him, turn up there and give James and Susha. That's how you say Susha, yes, legends.
Big up Revolution Bike Park.
First time we met them, and they never forgot us since, and they used to like proper look after us, so Dad had to get left, the van there, got scrapped there, could not make it home obviously, and I'll never forget as well, it was like, wow, what year was that, Chuck? It was when Revs had just opened.
So Revs was 10 years, it was like 2012 maybe?
Definitely.
Something like that, because we just stopped riding Delamere because we'd all got big enough to have driving licenses.
Yeah, exactly what it was.
And I'll try and find the picture and I'll send it to you because the van was a state.
Oh, lad, it was fucked.
There is a picture on Facebook, I think I'm going to stalk you later.
The van was probably packed tight with not just, we must have had a few more bits in there, and like, I think that kept the rigidity bit of the van when it rolled, do you know what I mean? It
was packed tight with cash machines.
And then another point, yeah. You lost a few there.
Because you're all saying Delamere ain't dead, but... Well, you're all saying Delamere is dead, but...
Well, it's kind of on its deathbed, but...
Oh no, it's getting revived. I've got some plans. Have you, Jug? Some big plans.
I think the forestry and forest holidays have destroyed Delamere.
Yeah, what they've done is not ideal. We've just put a load of forestry cabins in at one of our local tracks. Well, local spots for people who aren't familiar. And the forestry are just on it a bit more, aren't they? Like, you used to be able to get away with more, and now that
even if just like where we used to park, they've put like a double curb in to stop people from parking there. And
the thing is, though, what the forestry have done is they've built that blue track in Delamere because that's the first step for anyone getting into bikes. That's the first step. Then they want you to go to Cannock. Then they want you to go to like Degler. Delamere is like the first step. That's why they've done it.
Let's build a jump over the blue track.
Isn't it so annoying though that like the forestry's doing it in such a way that we'll make you this track and we'll get you into mountain biking, but after that we don't actually want you to mountain bike here.
Yeah, they've kind of limited it in the way that they've made a blue track. Well, that's great to get people into it, but there's a lot of riders around here that want to ride jumps, off-piste stuff, cool turns.
Do you reckon any of them cabins, the log cabins, do you reckon you could roof drop any of them?
I haven't seen any of the roof cabins, but you probably could roof drop them.
I reckon when you sit down with have a board meeting with the forestry.
Look, it depends who it depends who's in there at the time. They could be like, same as in government and all that. It depends who's there at the time, and hopefully there might be someone in there now who's a bit more on board with it. Could be worth an ask.
I almost had a meeting with him because I was going up Pale to like maintain some of the tracks, and they were on to me, and I was like, I'm just making the tracks like safer. They're making them safer. I'm getting rid of the holes, so people can ride them more safe. And they're like, oh right, well we thought you were just digging holes. I was like, no, I'm like taking care of the place.
We're digging drugs in the woods. I
didn't actually.
They're investing in forestry. At the end of the day, we're investing in building and trails, and we've done it for much longer than they have. So
it's a funny one because obviously we want to build the tracks, and we can build the tracks, but we're building on their land and we're not building to certain regulations, blah blah blah. So we're never going to win.
It's not like they're charging to go on the land, though, is it? Might be charging for a car park because they do everywhere nowadays. But
then they're responsible if someone.
Yeah, you need a mortgage to park
not
for a cafe.
not necessarily though. if you're not signing into it, there's no liability, is there? If
Is
you're
that
going
not
to ride
why
at your
those
own risk.
big dirt jumps went? Because someone did the neck.
No, but it's a shame though,
I know the
because
story
like
of
it's
this,
almost
actually.
like they've gone backwards in Delamere, because you think they had the carpet jumps, they got flattened.
More since they got flattened than
Yeah, but then like after the carpet jumps went, there was some like back and two between the mountain bikers and the forestry, and then they give the mountain bikers No Brains Hill, which was like a legitimate place to ride in Delamere.
No Brains Bike Park.
No Brains Bike Park. You got to. What was it? You got to take your brain out, but use your brain.
Forecast track and all that. You know that was like a dedicated space, but even that now has been pushed to the wayside because they fenced half of it off.
Yeah, that was for badgers.
For badger habitats. So it's like, well, you give us that space and now you've took it off. It's just always been this like give and take thing where
It's just always
when
been
it
a
suits
tug of
them,
war.
yeah, come and use this, but then, well, it doesn't really suit us now, so we're going to take that back off you.
Yeah.
I just feel like Delamere's always been like that.
like, you know, you've got like Cannock and all that, yeah, that must be like Cannock, and I'm just trying to think of like more local places that have got well better like trails, let's say.
There is
What,
they
like-
expect
Yeah,
everyone to go
that's
to
the
North
same
Wales,
type of,
which the kids can't. The kids want to come and ride local.
Exactly,
it's like
yeah.
it can be a stepping stone up to different trail centres, but you can't just like. There's still people around here want to ride more advanced trails, and not
like,
most of these kids can go to Wales every week. So
You might just need good signage, obviously, to make it clear of the trails in front of you, and you know it's sort of ride at your own risk as well. You know what I mean?
Did you ever see a video of a fella on the road gap who come off and landed the road gap? And
Banana
the tree,
boy.
the tree on the left.
Gonjo nearly dies. Gonjo nearly dies is a video.
He actually did, like, rest in peace, like, but he did, you know, he died like a year later, in like.
Really?
Yeah.
He hit the tree, and I swear to God, it was like Robbo.
You don't know if it was linked, but after that, he had a brain injury, like, you know.
No, I think someone else hit it. I don't think it was him, but someone literally till maybe last year before, there was a court case all the way up till then, and he rinsed the forestry, and that's probably why they're so on it, because that court case went on forever, and the forestry must have cost them so much money, and this guy won it because he's on their land, hurt himself, and he won it, and that's what shuts these places down. But
I tell you somewhere where it'd be cool to get into, Berwyn.
yeah, I mean, to
Like
get onto
Rich.
Dave Addo, isn't it?
Dave Addo, yeah, Rich, who's the son of Robin, if I'm right. Robin's the farm owner, legend, just gets about on his quad, still just doing jumps with a collie on the back. I've seen him jump like a big red with a collie dog on the back, and as he's hit the jump, the dog's like, and just
On the crosser track.
yeah. So they're legends, they're all for it, you know, like.
And
The
they
lads
like Pimbo as well. Don't they go Pimbo a lot? No, the lads from Pimbo there.
That's another gaff you could go to and have a little session, you know, Pimbo, yeah, Dave, and I thought you meant Rich and that then, sorry.
We went there, didn't we? Me, you and
Pimbo's sick, only in scam. Remember I landed on Mikey when I said, hit the wall ride, lad, you'd be sound. Me mate, who's not really, he's a good jockey on bikes and cars and all that, but he's not like, but I know he can do it on a bike though, so and because I'll push him. He went up the wall ride and he done it, he sent it. But he wasn't on the angle he should have been. He slid down. But I'm on your bumper, aren't I? Do you know what I mean? So I'm already in the air as he's done that. So I think I had to bail the nollie at the wall ride and like fucking jump over him as I've landed. It was sick.
Yeah, when
Shout
do you
out
reckon
Pimbo.
like peak Delamere was?
We used to go every time we had 12. Earlier than that.
earlier than that.
11,
Earlier than
11
that,
12.
12 school to go.
2010 and that.
It was
Yeah.
I think 2012, first time I went, I was 12.
I'd say 2010 to 2012 was peak Delamere.
Well, I went because who did you mention then? The guy who died.
Gonzo.
Gone. R.I.P. to him and the boys, because I went to Delamere really after seeing or even hearing about them videos. I sent the road gap first time on an RR tail, and I'll come off at the bottom just because like the braking bumps, you know what I mean? But I sent it. And I'll never forget, he was a lad there on the earliest V10. And they were sending the road gap, and we just turned up. Me and my mate Gary, we pedalled from Chester, because we thought, I'm not waiting 43 minutes.
You pedalled Chester to Delamere?
Lad, we pedalled from Chester, yeah. He was on a 24-inch Al scrapper. I was on an RR tail. And I thought, I'm not waiting 43 minutes. didn't know the distance. I was like, my dad's, I've drove to them, my dad's not far from Chester. This is like no phones, no nothing, just like pedaling from Chester, like, yo, how far is Delamere here, where are we going? And so we've got there, my mate was finished, like, that's all the signs on the way there in the field, yeah. Hilarious, so we get there, and I've only went for the road gap, my mate was telling me, like, there's this road gap, so I honestly, I'm thinking like a road, you know what I mean? I've got there and been like, that's not a road, it's a fire road. That's what I honestly was thinking, I was like, not a road, that. Wasn't even like, probably weren't even, I think back then I mustn't have even watched like dropping TV or nothing, because I was unaware of, I thought it was going to be a road gap, to be fair, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's path.
And it still is a path gap in it, but you know, it's a fire road, so. But anyway, this kid was sitting on a V10, all in the gear and that.
In the drive,
They don't know who it was.
a driver 8, I think, and what was his name?
Oh my, I just thought it was a V10.
No, because it was.
I didn't know. He had a full face on, and it was, from what I remember, an old V10. And he's hitting it. And we were just there like that, and then they got off. I just pushed up. When you're hitting it, I'm sending it right now. Just started the rain. And I just sent it. And landed a sweep, but rattled all the way down. Hit the bank at the bottom, shoot the bank. Had an lid on. And from that day, that was my start of like, I'm getting into this heavy.
See, like, when I was first getting into it, like, my impression of Delamere was, like, it was like the bollocks, absolute. There was tracks everywhere, and then there was like this myth. There was like this myth of this guy that just like it's the turns flat out and does backflips, and it was you all along. It was like, bloody hell, Steve Murphy, he backflips everything in. Like, that was like,
yeah.
And then there was like Danny Pearcey knocking about, Chris Griffiths, Josie Owen.
Boss,
like, I swear all the lads were like
the original
grafting on Josie.
DRC,
You probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
I think they were.
It was true.
Yeah, there was Bryceland
as well.
Bryceland got a dirt mag cover on the clown jump that Mike Rose took
Clown jump, yeah,
when
man.
Bryceland was maybe like 16, and that's right next to those turns that you were bar dragging.
Yeah.
And then PE and Nige had a little section in one of the films or Sprung films on the hardtails. They hit the road gap. They went down the dual track.
The drill was
So it's like, yeah, and no brains. It's
I have to put some cool pictures
for
in the
people who don't really know what
Was
Delamere is. It's just a local spot. It's just like a pretty average woodland, quite sandy, quite a bit like Woburn in a sense. That kind of like sandy ground, and it's like it's got some history really, but it's just just fallen into, well, like they've built lodges everywhere, and like there's this 4 cross track that they don't maintain. There's no lips. There's a little blue track there, and it's good that they've even invested at all in bikes, but it's like, yeah, it's past its peak, and it used to be big dirt jumps. They used to be like, they catered, and now they don't.
So. And I'm going to build massive booters everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going snowboarding for a week, which is going to be sick. And then I'm going to come back, and there's going to be like 50 footers.
I'm with you on
so
that.
Kids, get ready. Sounds really bad, that.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have said
so, no, Delamere riders, get ready, because Delamere definitely ain't dead.
There's some good old footage from Danny and Chris Griffiths and all that from back in the day.
Yeah, they were the boys. They were in on the train every weekend, weren't they? From
Dylan Shet, yeah, man. Even like when I was looking through some of the old clips for the last podcast, some of the old just brought back memories, man. Like,
were you there at John's when Dylan Shet snapped his wrist?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, you have to get help.
So if anyone knows John's back in the day, shout out Farmer John as well.
Sorry, Joe, just intervene. John's was like the next step for Delamere then, because it was like he'd smashed Delamere, and there was not much more you could do with the terrain. The forestry were just cutting everything you could do. Then it was like, there's a gaff in this Stockport Marple John's, and he's cool as fuck, and you can. And
Farmer Chongs.
That was John, legend. But
yeah, so shout out Farmer John, Farmer Chong, anything else? FJs. Brian Monks.
Monksy, man.
What a guy.
Legend.
What a guy. It's a good scene. Loads of people probably know of it. Loads of good for the youth. But before it was John's, it was called something else, I'm sure. Yeah. But there used to be, the top still got like them jumps, but where your gully gap or whatever they call it is now, there's like a jump over the gully. Dylan Shenton.
The one that Jord blew his rear wheel up on.
That is the one that Jord blew his rear wheel up because he's a bad jock.
On the evil.
Sorry, Jord.
Yeah.
He always crashes and he always breaks bikes.
Loves a good crash, like.
He just grabs a whole lot of the front brake and just goes.
He just loves it. And Dylan Shenton come hot into one of the. It's like tabletop into like. I don't know if he gapped over the gully or went round it, But Dylan literally come over this jump, went like front wheel first and just didn't leave in on the front wheel for about 20 metres and went down into this big gully. And I've never seen someone's like, Robbo, your ankle was pretty disgusting, but he Z'd his wrist. And Dylan, if you're watching this, ow.
Airlifted one.
He got airlifted out the field, yeah. He literally put a Z in his wrist. He landed. He went like 20 metres on his front wheel and then went over the bars into like a ravine, and landed against the other side, like full out with his arm up like that. And I think it was the first broken bone I had ever seen in person. And I was just looking at it like,
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Just strap it up, bit of duct tape, right there. But yeah, that's another horror story of the back of the old school days. Trying to think of any other names that was there.
I've got a funny tale about the jumps there, like.
At John's?
Yeah, it involves a bit of that, does it, alright, doesn't it? A bit of
Smoky Joe.
Yeah.
Well,
2025.
we'll call it marijuana.
Let's call it a vape then.
No, vapes are worse.
He wasn't around back then.
It was a Jaboinski.
So Mikey, hey Robbo,
tell it as it is, lad.
Yeah, again, we
don't do drugs,
went
kids.
to John's, and Mikey was with us, and he was on it. I think he was on a Spec Demo 7 or something. Yeah, and we were hitting John's there jumps. Because I know he's a good jockey, and I was like, "Red, Mike, just send it with me, follow me in." And he was doing them, and then we come a cropper, and any long story short, yeah, case door or something, right over the bars, bang, right to his back, yeah. And Rich Morty was there, and a few people were there, yeah. And he was on his back, and there was a possibility he might have like fractured or done something to his back at this point, yeah. He's like, I can't move, Stav, and all that, my back's fucking heavy, this. I'm like, and then something just clicked. I said, lad, do you want a poly one? Do you know what I mean? Do
you want a poly one?
He went, go on, lad, yeah. He had about 2 whiffs and just went, I'm alright, lad. It was all air ambulance possibly getting called. Yeah. I'll never forget, he's upside down, yeah, on the landing. He has a couple of whiffs, the aspirin in his eye and all that, yeah. And then he just jumped up and was sound. But then it turned out months later, he possibly actually did have a little fracture on his spine or something.
But all we're saying
that's weird,
must have been heavy, that one.
Yeah.
Mary Jane will fix you.
But look, that was a spinal fracture in Delamere back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, so just before there was like the 2 jumps right at the very bottom, there was like this exposed route that was just... I don't even know how how it was even there. Yeah, it was just this horrendous route, and I can't even remember what happened. I don't know if someone had like. Yeah, I was just pinned down the middle. I'd hit the booter in the like at the top of the hill. Yeah. Like you drop down, hit the booter, it just sends you, and then you like go around a little right, left, and then over the 2 bottom jumps. So I'm like pinned, Noko atomic, MX lid on. Yeah. Just full commit.
Wide open.
Next thing, just hit this route, just scorpioned over the bars. It sent me from that route. I landed on the landing of the first of those 2 jumps. Yeah. But like, over the bars, did a front flip, but landed flat on my back. Like,
it's
knocked myself clean
there,
out. Like, I just remember like
Yeah.
waking up, just staring at the sky. And like, obviously, when you're a kid, you're just like, oh, it's alright. Like, you know, I'll just get the train home.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so like got the train home with Owen. Went in Chester, waiting for the train. Went Subway, got a little buddy. Got my dad to pick me up from the train station. Went to the hospital. Yeah, like fractured 2 vertebrae, broken ribs, concussion. Don't you think like downhill bikes back then were just like faster?
Yeah.
They felt faster.
Well, you had to be a better bike rider nowadays. I believe that. Let's love this mic. Bit of both here. So old downhill bikes is the one. That's why I like e-bikes as well. It's because, like back in the day, Sam Hill and his era and all that. Shout out the boy.
Best mate.
Miss Goozy. And like you're right, you felt fast obviously because you were absolute tiny, skinny bar.
I think because the bikes were so heavy, you had like little skinny bars, and the suspension was crap. Like you didn't. It's not like now where you've got like you feel different bits of the suspension now. Back then, it was like a fucking pogo stick.
All or nothing.
Like it was all or nothing. You just pumped as much air in that rear shock as you could, so it didn't bottom out.
Saying last time I had a 550-pound spring, the heaviest weight spring you get in a front forks. The guy was 18.5 stone. We got the glory off. I was about 7 stone.
I'm a bag of spuds tied to your neck.
I kept that setup and loved it. Used to send it. And one day, Will Briggle, shout out Will, he came on his I think he had a demo.
What was he on a kid's bike?
Yeah, 24. He went, yeah, I get a nut stab, and I sat on it, my arse nearly hit the floor. I said I couldn't ride that for a big gold clock, mate. Give me fucking my big stiff glory back. And since that, I just, you know what I mean, it's got to be like...
It's got to be bouncing.
It's like my first downhill bike. I had like before I got a downhill bike, I had this like hardtail Cannondale. I think the frame was like an F700. It was like a cross-country frame, but it looked a bit like a 4-cross bike. So I was like, yeah.
Good to go.
Don't even know who I got it off. But I had that anyway with like 147 Manitous off it. Was just chucking it off booters in Delamere. And I was begging my dad for a downhill bike. He was like, you don't need one. I was like, come with me to Delamere then. I'll show you why I need one. So
I'll show you what is.
Remember the old path gap that went like down to the stream?
Lovely.
Yeah, so I was like, go on, Dad, I'll show you this. So just cranked as hard as I could. Just wellied off this. Yeah, just booted it. He was like, all right, yeah, I'll get you a downhill bike. So went on Pink Bike. And I found this Noko Atomic on the Wirral. Nice. A 2006 Noko Atomic.
What a rig.
The big like oval cut out in the top of the
Was
frame.
it brown?
You see the shock through it, yeah.
Yeah, brown.
Yeah. Oh, it was mint. Brown one, subringle wheels.
The best.
Mazzocchi bomb, like, they weren't even bombers, they were drop-offs or something.
Yeah, drop off black with the black stanchions.
So anyway, my dad gets me this bike, swear down this bike was like an extra large. Yeah. I could sit on the top tube and just about touch like the floor on both sides of it.
Like Will now on the
That had like a 550 pound like nuke-proof spring on it, DHX shock. But like the front of it was dead soft and the rear was stiff as. But like
reverse
I loved
geometry.
that bike.
Yeah.
That was the best. Literally, I got it first weekend in Delamere, did the road gap.
Similar story to my glory. I sent on a hardtail. I think I might even broke a diamond back there as well. It was like, I need a bigger bike, do you know what I mean? I like saved up, sold the bike, whatever, and got the glory. And a fella gave me all the different size springs, medium, soft. I mean, just rolled it and thought, nah, it's staying as it is. I hit the carpet on it. And then, yeah, I loved it, mate. What a bike. It'd be cool to go and do like a mission, wouldn't it, with all the old bikes again?
Yeah.
Pick a few old steeds up and go and do like...
You should do that.
I want iron on Sunday.
Old school rigs.
Shit.
But we'll chat about more old rigs, because we're at
51 minutes.
We'll chat about more old rigs next time. So that has been episode 3 of the FIRMCAST. We might be back here next time, hopefully, because it's warmer and comfier.
As long as there's Budweiser and the kettle's going, mate.
But yeah, nice one. I'll see you next time. Ta-da.